Alrighty gamer, back up because we about to hit the gas on some super intense cop chase, and today we going to check out the fight awesome game where you can cause trouble and get the cop hot on your tails. So we taking 5-star wanted level madness, and where the police will throw everything they got at you to stop you or take you down. First up, we will be looking at the Madout to Big City Online. Imagine racing through the wild city where anything goes, and the cops are just as crazy as the criminal. And then we will jump to the Gangstar Rio where you can unleash mayhem on the sunny streets of Brazil. And next we head to the vibrant city of Gangstar New Orleans where you can cause a stir in the big city. And we won't forget Gangstar Vegas, baby, my favorite game. And get ready for high stage chase in the dazzling lights of the Sin City. And finally, we will wrap things up with the Payback 2, where revenge is a touch better with the side of the high octane police chase. So get ready for some heart-pounding action as we compare these 5 games and see which one delivered the most epic 5-star cop chase. Okay, we will start by the Madout to Big City Online. In Madout to Big City Online, achieving a 5-star wanted level trigger an intense police chase that is both challenging and exhilarating. And here, what you can expect that the player character start by shooting an innocent person and triggering in the attention of law enforcement within the game world. This action is the catalyst for the escalating conflict. As the consequence of the player actions, a single police officer arrives on the scene to apprehend the player character, and the officer attempts to engage the player in combat by firing their weapon to substitute or arrest them. The death of the officer prompts a response from law enforcement, resulting in 2-star wanted level for the player character, and this means that more police units are dispatched to capture or neutralize the player. More police are on their way to take you down. After the player character eliminates multiple police officers during the chase, the wanted level escalates and prompting an even more determined response to law enforcement. Though the player's action has caught the attention of the authority and they are now deemed a high priority target, and after the player attempts to flee the scene, the street becomes flooded with the police vehicle, including patrol car, police van, and the secret agent cars. The police dispatch additional units to the area in an effort to apprehend the player and bring them to justice. In a bit of a fall, the player escapes and the police tragically deploy roadblock, but the key intersection and the checkpoints throughout the city, and this roadblock consists of barricade, spray strip, and the patrol car positioned to block off the escape road that limit the player mobility. The police employ the variety of tactics and maneuvers to corner the apprehensive player. They coordinate their efforts to think advance AI algorithm to anticipate the player movement and cut off potential escape route. And after player attempt to evade capture, and they must navigate through the maze of city, street, and highway while avoiding collision with the pursuing vehicle police. And the chase reached the breakneck speed after player race against time and the relentless pursuit of the law enforcement. Along the way, the player encountered numerous obstacles and hazards, including the traffic congestion, the construction zone, and the pedestrian field sidewalk. They must use their driving skill and quick reflex to maneuver through these obstacles while evading capture. At a certain point during the chase, the player finds themselves in intense standoff with the police unit blocking their path. The players must make split-second decisions and employ evasion maneuver to outmaneuver their pursuit. In Madout to Big City Online, police cars play a crucial role in the law enforcement and pursuit of players who have committed crime or caused disturbance within the game's open world environment. So here is a breakdown of different types of the police car in the game. The classic police car. The appearance of the classic police car is the standard law enforcement vehicle resembling traditional petrol car. It is typically smaller in size and features classic police making the siren. The officer in this car is the type of the police car casually carried to a uniformed officer equipped to handle the routine law enforcement duty and respond to the incidents throughout the city. The bigger police car, I mean like this car is bigger than the first one. So the bigger police car is larger in size compared to the classic model, and it may have the more robust design and additional features to accommodate the needs of law enforcement. The officer in this type of police car may wear the slightly different uniform compared to those in the classic car, signifying their potential specialization or seniority within the police force. The black secret agent car. The black secret agent car stands out from the traditional police vehicle with its sleek and ominous design. It is often equipped with the advanced technology and features to support covert operation and high-stake pursuit. Unlike the uniform officer in the classic and bigger police car, the individual inside the black secret agent car are dressed in black suit, resembling secret agent or specialized operative, and they may possess advanced training and equipped with the handle high-level threat and engage in covert operation. And this elite unit of law enforcement typically join the pursuit when the player reaches a 4-star wanted level, signifying the significant escalation in the intensity of the chase and the threat level posed by the player's actions. In Madout 2 Big City Online, police chase at the 5-star wanted level are dynamic, high-stake encounter that test player skill, reflex, and strategic thinking after they try to outwit the maneuver the force of law and order in the relentless pursuit of freedom and survival within the game's open-world environment. We get out of the Madout 2 Big City Online and we jump into the Gangstar Rio, the City of Saints. In the crime-ridden environment of Gangstar Rio, City of Saints, the police response mechanics are designed to escalate accordingly to the severity of the player actions, and minor infractions such as bumping other or damaging property often goes noticed by the authority. And however, if the player engage in the more serious criminal activity like stealing vehicles, attacking civilians, or committing arsons, and the police response become more intense. And as the player continue to wreak the havoc, the chaos level rise. Thus, the law enforcement become more determined to put end to the havoc caused by the player. Initially, the first responder will attempt to arrest the player. However, after crime level increase, the level of law enforcement response does too. Police vehicle equipped with the siren light and siren begin to gather at the crime scenes, and while more heavily armed officers arrive to contain the situation. And after players escape the first responder and the chase intensify, leading to deployment of more advanced police car, having some more drug and special teams, the police will continue to respond with increasing force until the player finds a way to evade or neutralize them, leading to either a successful getaway or an arrest. In the bustling streets of Gangstar Rio, the City of Saints, the police chase is the heart-pounding experience that pits the player against the full force of law enforcement. And after players' action escalate and the chaos level rise, the pursuits become increasingly intense and relentless. However, as the players' action become more present or daring, drawing the attention of law enforcement, the pursuit intensifies. Specialized unit and tactical response team are dispatched to the scenes, equipped with the advanced weaponry and the tactic to neutralize the threats posed by the player. Special force unit trained to handle the most versatile situation enter the fray. Their tactical prowess evident after they coordinate aggressive maneuver to apprehend the player. And they armed with the advanced weaponry and unwavering determination, they prove to be the formidable adversary, pushing the player to their limit. But after player defiance persists and the chaos level escalates to its knife, the behemoths of the destruction emerge, the heavy truck dominating the street with its imposing presence, and the heavy truck restored and with the mounted machine guns and manned by Alice operatives clad in the armor. The heavy drug became the relentless force in its sole mission to subdue the player by any means necessary. It's the thunderous roars echoes through the city as it relentlessly pursues its targets, cutting off the escape road and leaving destruction in its wake. The police response mechanic in Gangstar Rio is designed to realistically recreate the tension, pressures, and the excitement of the crime world. It's the features that keep the player on the edge of their seat, and they make a split-second decision on how to manage the chaos they have caused. And these mechanics ensure that the player are always one step ahead of the authority, making the game more more entertaining and immersive. Alright guys, right now we are in the Gangstar New Orleans, the New Orleans city. In this sprawling metroploid of the Gangstar New Orleans, a police chase can erupt in the blink of an eye, triggering an adrenaline-fueled race against law enforcement as players navigate a city street and lays in a bit of the white wall. Unlike some games where the law enforcement response may be delayed, but in the Gangstar New Orleans, the police are hypersensitive to any sign of criminal activity, responding swiftly and aggressively to when the slightest hint of the trouble, like the stealing car in front of the police, gunfire, harm innocent people, and many more. The trigger for the police chase can be as simple as the sound of the gunfire echoing through the city corridor and in the bustling urban landscape, and where the danger lurks around every corner. The discharge of weapon is like the beacons and drawing the attention of the law enforcement like moth to the flame. And after the first shot rig out, the patrol car and the super vehicle of the special police officer units coverage on the scene with the lightning speed and their siren wailing in the cacophony of warning, and the police waste no time in assessing the situation, and their training and instincts honed to react swiftly and decisively in the race of dangers. So with the weapon drawn and determination etched on their face, the police form the area, and their primary objective clear, neutralize the threat posed by the player. They employ the tactic learned through the rigorous training and experience, alternating their movement to cut off the escape road to box in their target. And as the chase unfolds, the player is thrust into the high-stake game of the cat and mouse, navigating through the labyrinthine. Should I pronounce this word right? I don't know. It's the battlefield street of the Gangstar New Orleans, escape or collect the justice. The street of Gangstar New Orleans while awaiting the relentless pursuit of law enforcement, and every turn, every decision carry weight as the players try to maneuver their pursuer and escape the clutch of the justice. Yet, with each passing moment, the tension mounts and the stakes escalate, and the police are unwavering in their pursuit, and their resolve unshakable after close on their quarry. In the heat of the chase, in the line between hunter and hunted blur, the only swift and resourceful will emerge victory. In the fast-paced world of the Gangstar New Orleans, law enforcement employed a variety of vehicles to maintain order and pursue criminals throughout the sprawling city. Each police vehicle is uniquely designed and strategically deployed based on the severity of the situation and the player wanted label. Here is a breakdown of the different type of police vehicle player may encounter when on the run from the laws. The first car, it's just like in any other Gangstar game, and it's just the classic car, the classic police car, the quintessential police cruiser. The classic car, the first line of the defense against criminal activity, marked with the official police insignias, and they are the familiar sight of the street of the Gangstar New Orleans. Typically, the officer driving these vehicles are armed with the pistol and are not heavily armored. The classic car typically appears when the player wanted level reach its initial stage and serving as the first response to the minor fraction and disturbance. The Jeep Police Car. Jeep Police Car are the sturdy vehicle designed to navigate through the terrain and the urban environment with ease, equipped with the powerful engines and reinforced frame, and they are capable of chasing down suspect both and off-road. These vehicles are deployed when the players want the level increase to 2-star and indicating a more serious threat to the public safety. The third one is the Police Supercar. The Police Supercar is a high-performance vehicle designed for speed and maneuverability, slick and aerodynamic. It cuts through the traffic with the precision and grace. When the player wants the level escalate to 3-star, police supercar are dispatched to apprehend the suspect and manned by officers armed with the heavy weapons and pose a formidable challenge to evasive criminals. The armored vehicle, and driving by the special forces. The armored vehicle is a formidable presence on the streets of Gangstar New Orleans, built to withstand the gunfire and hostile environment, and its imposing silhouette strikes fear into the heart of the criminal. And deployed by the special force unit, these armored vehicles are sent to confront the player when their wanted level reaches 4-star. Protected by heavily armed operatives, they represent by the pinnacle of law enforcement response. The social heavily armored vehicle. This is the vehicle that will appear when the player reaches the 5-star wanted level. The most challenging type of police vehicle is the heavily armored vehicle driven by soldiers. Upon reaching the high level wanted, the vehicle will appear and the soldier inside is equipped with the highly advanced and heavy weaponry. And these vehicles are very difficult to destroy, requiring precise shooting and tactics to overcome, and more heavily weapons such as RPG or machine gun. The soldiers inside can also use their weaponry to launch the counter attack on the player's vehicle if given the chance. In Gangstar New Orleans, the police chase is not just the taste of skill and reflex, it's the heart-pounding race against time, where the survival hangs in the balance and the slightest misstep can spell disaster. And after sirens fades into the distance and dust settle, and the true measure of the player mettle and the reveal in the aftermath of the chase. Alright, let's jump into my favorite game, Gangstar game. It's the Gangstar Vegas. I played this game for a long time. I played for many years, and until now I still play this game because it's really fun to play, right? In the Gangstar Vegas game, the police chase system is a high-stake affair with the player needing to outmaneuver and elude the authority to survive. The game features a wanted level system with the more severe crime resulting in high wanted level and more intense police response. The wanted level can range from 1 to 5-star, with the high level resulting in more heavily armed and dedicated police force. And as more police join the chase, the player will face increased danger. And with the heavily armed officer and more advanced vehicle, police helicopter and those soldiers helicopter, machine gun vehicles, SWAT team, and the tank being sent after them, the player will need to avoid being shot, rammed or surrounded, while at the same time continuing their mission. And the chase can be intense and exciting, with the player needed to make quick decisions and use their driving and shooting skills to come out on top. And while the game can be challenging, it also provides a sense of empowerment of the player able to escape the clutch of the laws. The police chase system in Gangstar Vegas takes the player's skills and provide a thrilling gameplay experience with the promise of success, making the challenge all the more fulfilling. Alright, so after players begin their adventures, they are free to roam and bustling streets of Las Vegas. However, the peace will quickly shatter when they commit a crime, such as destroying a vehicle or hurting the innocent civilian, and this will draw the attention of the local police force, and who will quickly arrive on the scene. And when the police arrive, they will not attempt to talk to the player, requesting that they surrender themselves and face the consequence of their actions. In the only mission their only mission is they have to take you down, but if the player chooses to take aggressive action, the police will not hesitate to respond in kind. The player can easily lose their freedom or even their life if they are not careful. Indeed, if the player decides to fight back, the police force will immediately mobilize with the several patrol cars racing to the scene. These cars are often driven by two officers who will exit the vehicle with the handgun, and the police will not hesitate to shoot at the player even if it means to killing them. And if the player continues to resist, the police force will quickly escalate their response, sending in more units to the area, and the player may find themselves surrounded by police cars on all sides, and with each car packed with the armed officer hungry for justice. This can make for intense and engaging gameplay experience, and with the player needing to use quick thinking and cunning to outmaneuver the authority and escape with their freedom intact. After one level of 5 star, the player will find himself in the midst of an intense firefight with the police, and the player will likely have already caused considerable destruction and may have eliminated countless police officers. And now the law enforcement will be determined to end the player criminal enterprise once and for all. And after the player continue to fight off the police, they will find themselves facing an increasing number of heavily armored vehicles, each one packed with the officer ready for action, and the vehicle may include the police car, helicopter, and even the tank. So the player will need to use all of their skill and knowledge of the environment to avoid being taken down by these elite officers, and if the player is able to survive an onslaught of the of the ground troop, and they will soon find themselves facing an even greater challenge from the air. Police helicopter will flood the strikes with the machine guns when they shred the player's car to pieces. The player will need to use covers and quick reflex to avoid being taken down by these areas attack. After getting from the attack in the air, the player will have to deal with the strong SWAT team. This team has really good and more guns and car, and they really want to catch the player. And the player must be smart and know the area well and stay away from those tough officer, and if the player manage to get away from the ground and air's enemy, they will then have to deal with the tough military team. They will send in a big tank and strong truck, both with the protective wall, and the player have to be really smart and skilled to not get caught by these tough vehicle. Alright, so on the other hand, if the player can evade the police for long enough, they will eventually lose their wanted level. However, this is not easy feat, as the police officer will be on the lookout for the criminal for some time, and players who successfully manage to evade the authority will find themselves with the satisfaction of knowing that they have outsmart the law, and while those who are arresting will be forced to face the consequence of their actions. Alright guys, this is the last city that we are going to visit, the Payback 2. In Payback 2 game, police chases are an exciting and thrilling part of the gameplay when you begin shooting innocents in the game. Police officers will quickly arrive on the scene and attempting to arrest or kill you, and if you do not fight back and surrender, you will get busted and taken into custody. And however, if you choose to continue fighting and taking down the police, your wanted level will increase, drawing the attention of more and more of law enforcement against the agencies. And as you continue to fight and increase your wanted level, you will find yourself facing an increasingly hostile force of police, and they will be better equipped with the more heavily armed with the clear intent to eliminate you as fast as possible. And this will likely include a mix of ground troop and the aerial better equipped and the more heavily armed, and the with clear intent to eliminate you as fast as possible. This will likely include the mix of ground troop and the area's maneuver, and with the armored vehicles, SWAT team, and even the tank. And you will need to use all of your skill and strategies to avoid getting taken down by the law. And after player continue to engage in the harmful activity, their star levels of wanted will increase. so causing a progressively more challenging encounter with the police. With each new star player will quickly notice a drastic increase in the number of quality of enemy force, including police cars, soldiers, and the formidable tank at the higher wanted level. If the player can maintain their current level of wanted, they will soon find themselves facing an overwhelming amount of the police manpower, all of which will be committed to taking down the preparator as soon as possible, and the game will become the fast-paced chase after player attempt to elude the police force in the series of tense and thrilling battle where life and death hang in the balance. Law enforcement will also start destroying their elite team to take down the player, and this would include the special force unit like the SWAT or commando team, who are better trained and equipped and have a higher level of resilience, and the team will be able to employ more advanced tactics to take down the player, including the snapper, flashbang, and even smoke screen. The best way to attract more police and soldiers to join the hunt is the players strategically destroy the vehicle on the road, especially police vehicle. The chaos escalate and siren blare and the reinforcement arrive, and creating the high-stakes showdown where the victory and freedom hang in the balance. In the Payback 2 video game, so player will encounter two types of police car during their criminal activity: the regular police car and the SWAT car. And the regular police car is normally driven by the police officer and is often the first car to respond to the player's crime. And these cars are driven by the police officer who are equipped with the handgun and are typically the best response to illegal activity. The SWAT car, on the other hand, is driven by the soldier and is equipped with the shotgun. Shotgun. Okay. And these cars are reserved for more serious crimes such as murder or terrorism, and the SWAT car will often appear after the player has committed more serious crime or have they accumulated a significant number of wanted level. In addition to the two types of the police car, player may also encounter the formidable tank. This tank is driven by the highly trained soldier and is equipped with the heavy artillery, and making it a formidable opponent and capable of dishing it out in return. When the tank show up, it is very difficult to escape, and to evade these police car, player will need to use all of their skill and knowledge of the environment as well as any tool at their disposal, and the player may need to use the covers, concealment, and advanced stealth to avoid detection, and player may also need to think about their escape plans carefully, considering the road of pursuit and the number of responding vehicle. And if the player can evade the initial response, they may find themselves in the police chase, and this chase will often involve high-speed driving maneuvers through the traffic and potentially using environmental hazard to their advantage. Player will need to be alert and ready to adapt to the situation after it develops, and using quick thinking and improvisation to stay on one step ahead of the responding police. After police chase in Payback to provide the player with the intense and thrilling experience and the taste their skill and knowledge, the game presents various types of police car as well as the formidable tank, and the player will need to evade offense to avoid the persecution for their criminal actions. Alright guys, so that's all for today's video. In conclusion, this quiet game offers the unique and thrilling police chase experience for player. Whether you're looking for an intense action-packed adventure or something more casual and relaxing, and these games have something for everyone, so why not grab your controller and hop on the open road to see how far you can push the limit and see how many wanted stars you can rack up. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment for more videos like this. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. See you in the next video.